the hell did I do last night? Oh, right. There. Get off. Ugh. 1 year. 1 whole year since I got into Doctor Who. I curse the day I ever let Dan and Nikki get me into it. Well, let's not forget Nash's reviews either. It's bad for me. I need to watch something else. Nah, not right now. Oh God, no! Ah, sod it. We'll also watch a DVD anyway. I haven't played a video game in a while. Yeah, why not? The only question is, what do I play? No. Nah. Yeah, of course. It couldn't be anything but! Like old times! Hi, I'm VGRetro.
He's a retro gaming kind of guy. VGRetro, he remembers which games were oh so fly, yeah.
Do I need to say anything else? Okay, I know that many of you guys out there are eager to see me review a Super Nintendo game. So today, I'm not only going to grant your wish, but I'm also going to show you one of my all-time favourite games. Super Star Wars.
What can you say about these games? They're among the most groundbreaking video game trilogies ever to set foot in our consoles during the 90s. The 3 games were released between 1992 and 1994, and they were awesome experiences, capturing everything we love and admire about the movies and making them into fast-paced run-and-gun side-scrollers. Of course, this wasn't the first time that we played Star Wars games, certainly not. I mean, there were dozens of Star Wars games that came out before this time, but this was the first time we played Star Wars and actually felt like we were in the fascinating world of George Lucas's creation. Not only was the gameplay fun and challenging, and the fact that we were able to take control of many of our favourite characters from the films, but we also got the chance to take control of many vehicles from the films, including Luke Skywalker's land speeder, and even his X-Wing fighter jet. These games are wonderful additions to the Super Nintendo library, and if you're a retro game buff like myself, then they are definitely worth having in any collection.
But for the sake of this review, I'm going to start with the first game. Why? Well, because it's the first game. You've always got to start at the beginning. Duh.
Starting the game, we are given the famous line, "A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away." After that, we have the classic opening with the Star Wars title followed by the story. What a great way to open the game. Do you remember when I said that you feel like you're in the Star Wars world? Well, this is what I meant. When the story's over, we get a short animated sequence with the Star Destroyer attacking the rebel ship, from which an escape pod is launched towards the planet Tatooine. Very nice. Now for the game itself. The first level is situated in the Dune Sea. It's a simple level which basically involves learning how the gameplay works. The enemies are basic, flying Minox and Scorpions, with the occasional Sandworm and Womp Rats. Most of these enemies appear throughout the stage, but the Womp Rats only appear in one area, and all you have to do is keep shooting them as you go.
My God, you shoot small animals for fun? That's the first indicator of a serial killer, you freak.
Not only that, but each and every enemy you kill leave hearts, which refill your energy. With this, you're really not going to be killed in a hurry. You also have detonators, which by pressing a button, you can destroy every enemy on the screen. And then you have health swords, which increase your energy meter. There are other items like extra lives and shields, but they're self-explanatory really, aren't they? The controls are nice and simple. You can slide, perform high jumps, and you can also shoot in all directions. Fascinating. Your weapon is kind of weak, but it has 4 upgrades you can collect to make the weapon more powerful. But hang on a minute. Why are we in the Dune Sea? Doesn't that happen until Return of the Jedi? If I recall, Luke doesn't actually live in the Dune Sea. But perhaps I'm mistaken?
It's strange. Why place the first level of the first game in a setting that shouldn't actually be there until the 3rd movie? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. What are they going to do next? Have the Sarlacc appear as the first boss? Really?
After this, we get more story, which involves Luke finding C-3PO and helping him find R2-D2, who's been captured by Jawas. So yeah, as you may have guessed, the designers of this game, while being faithful to the original material, were still willing to take liberties with the story just so that they could get more levels out of it. So unlike the movie, where Luke buys the droids from the Jawas, you have to raid the Sandcrawler and rescue R2-D2. But before we can do that, we have to ride the Landspeeder, and our objective here is to fly around blasting the hell out of Jawas. And if you kill enough of them, you can then travel to the Sandcrawler. A lot of people have criticized these levels for being redundant, but I've never once had that problem. Now there are 2 Sandcrawler stages, one set outside and the other set inside. The outside level is just annoying. You have to climb to the top of the Sandcrawler by jumping from platform to platform. That's fine, but the Sandcrawler is armed to the teeth with flamethrowers, laser-launching orbs, Jawas with blasters, and the top deck is swarming with fire turrets! What the hell were these Jawas doing before we caught up with them? Going to war? Well, anyway, the annoying aspect is trying to get across the platforms. It's okay, but there's always the worry of falling. The fall won't kill you, but it would be really bad to get all the way to the top, only to fall and have to make your way back up to the top again. It's not hard, but it's just boring. And way more boring than the Landspeeder stage, I'll tell you. And to make things worse, when you get to the top and enter the Sandcrawler, you then have to make your way down. But that's not bad though, because the route is a simple series of corridors, so it's good stuff. The biggest problem for me comes from these green laser walls though. They appear when you come close to them, and it's a real struggle to get through them without getting knocked back constantly. Getting through those will really cheer you up. But if you die anywhere beyond that part of the level, the checkpoint is situated right before them. That's not fair! But anyway, once you've passed all that, you have a few obstacles left to pass, like stamping blocks, a creepy alien thing with a gun, and then you have to cross a lava pit to face— oh my god, what the fuck is that?!
No, really, what the hell is that? What is it? Lava Beast Jawenko. Jawenko.
After that, the rest of the game pretty much plays out the same way as the film. After finding R2 and hearing his mission to search for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke ventures into the land of the Sand People to find him. This is another awesome side-scrolling stage, with many fun, yet at the same time, frustrating platforming. But after finally meeting up with old Ben, Luke is given not only the task of helping him save Princess Leia from Darth Vader, but you're also given a lightsaber! Now the lightsaber is useless! You can slice through enemies just fine, but it's still not the most powerful weapon in the game. For instance, here's how long it takes for me to kill a bantha with the lightsaber. Now see what happens when I use the gun. You see? What a huge improvement. And the gun isn't even fully powered, so there you go. Also, about the lightsaber, you can't block enemy fire with it. That's kind of sucky. I mean, I know it's the first game and they couldn't get everything right first time around, but surely you could have a blocking move. Anyway, after all this and having another battle with the Jawas, we finally arrive at Mos Eisley Spaceport, where we find the place swarming with stormtroopers. Not too tough to get through, and soon we meet Chewbacca, meaning we finally get to play as another character. Now Chewie doesn't play much different. He's just Luke, except that his life bar's a little longer and only uses a blaster. But who cares? That's not important, is it? You're playing as Chewie, that's all that matters. The canteen is also a good level, kind of like a beat-em-up where you have to defeat everyone before you can proceed further. But the strangest part of this level is the boss. Haven't you seen it before? Well, I have. Do you remember the scene in the film where Chewie and the droids are playing a board game? Well, this guy's there. He's one of the pieces. Why make him into a boss? Well, why not? Well, from here on, the game pretty much plays straightforward. Now you can play as Han Solo, who also uses a blaster, and whose only difference is that he rolls instead of sliding, like Luke and Chewie. The rest of the game simply involves reaching the Millennium Falcon, escaping the Death Star hangar, saving Princess Leia, and shutting off the tractor beam. These levels are okay, and the bosses for these stages are cool, but the tractor beam core boss is absurd. No matter where you stand, he's always going to shoot you dead. And this level has no checkpoints, so that when you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the damn stage. I mean, come on! The only real way you can beat this boss is to use Chewie, because he has a larger life bar. Now this is the last of the side-scrolling stages. After this one, our heroes escape the Death Star, and now we have to return in an X-Wing and blow that giant ball of death to Kingdom Come. Here's the first part. You have to destroy a certain amount of TIE fighters and intercept the towers. While many people hated the land speeder levels, they all seem to love this stage. I don't. I guess the big problem is that I just can't stop dying. When I have only 2 or 3 TIE fighters or towers left, something hits me and then I have to start all over again.
I don't know what it is, I just really don't like this level. Still, once you've done it, you get this.
A POV Death Star trench battle. Oh my god, does this look awesome. You have to fly through the trench battling the TIE fighters and destroying their laser projectiles before they hit you. If you hit the walls, you get this voice. In the center of the screen is the timer. When this runs out, you must fire photon torpedoes into the exhaust port, as you well know. But before that, we not only have to survive this terrific stage, but then we have to battle Darth Vader in his TIE fighter. Unfortunately, this sequence lasts only a few seconds, but even then, it's just enough time for it to be awesome. This is seriously the best part of the whole game, because now you're literally in Star Wars. You are Luke Skywalker, and you are on your final mission to save the rebels from the Empire. This is the greatest reward anyone could possibly receive for getting this far into the game. And after that, there's nothing left to do but wait for the countdown to end.
Right, I'm not going to say anything now because this is just freaking awesome.
How freaking cool was that? The way that all played out made the game feel like a real cinematic experience. Forget everything I said about Medieval. This is the best ending to a game I've seen in a long time. Hands down. The rest of the game ends with a victory celebration, just like in the film, and then it cuts to the end credits, with a picture of Darth Vader's face slowly transitioning onto the screen. It's awesome.
And that was Super Star Wars. It's a real, fun and addicting game, and I've been hooked on it ever since I first played it. The music is great, the graphics are awesome, and the gameplay is spectacular. It's an overall, really thrilling experience. But it's a pity that a lot of people disagree. You know, this is one of those games where everybody keeps saying it's too difficult, or, you know, Chuck Norris would have too much trouble playing it without losing a life. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, just for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get through this game without dying once. So let's see if it's possible. Let's go! Come on! I'm going crazy! Oh my god! I actually did it! I beat this game without dying once! That is just unbelievable! I've never seen anybody do that before! Because it was me that did it! Oh my god, Chuck Norris needs to hear about this! In fact, that actually gives me an idea. Hello. Yeah, operator, give me the Chuck Norris fan club, please.
Certainly. Please hold the line.
Hello, this is the Chuck Norris fan club. Can I help you?
Hello, yes. My name's VGRetro. I'd like to speak to the fan club manager, please.
This is the manager speaking, Mr. Retro.
Oh, good. Well, then perhaps you can help me. Is Mr. Norris available? I would like to offer him a challenge.
A challenge?
Yes. Well, you see, there's this video game, and I thought that...
Oh, you crazy man? No one challenges Chuck Norris. Seriously, haven't you read the Chuck Norris list?
Well, of course I've read the Chuck Norris list, but that doesn't mean...
You're nuts, man. I mean, is this a joke? Are you a prank caller or something? I'm hanging up on you, Mr. Retro. God help you if Mr. Norris hears of this.
Hello? 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 Well, they've hung up. Well, there's a new one for the Chuck Norris fan club. He's so hard, even his own fan club fears him. Who'd have thought? Well, that about wraps up this review of Super Star Wars. I hope you enjoyed it, and I know that there were two games that I hadn't talked about, but they're both reviews in themselves. Let's leave them for now and come back to them another time. This is VGRetro saying, do I need to say anything else? I've been gone for 4 fucking years, and already that sounds so friggin' old!
VGRetro, he's a retro gaming guy.